Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday, September 24th. This is Ann Varillo from stampwithann.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Auburn, New York. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. It's going by fast, obviously. I can't believe that it's going to be October pretty soon. Where did this year go? It just went zoom so fast. But anyways, thanks for joining me today. We are featuring this week the, why am I forgetting? Oh, Label Me Grateful bundle for my weekly card class kit to go. So if you're not familiar with my weekly card class kit to go, you get a supply to make 6 cards. So that's 2 of each design. And I send that out to you with all the supplies pre-cut, pre-scored. I cut the designer series paper, and you'll get that all by mail via priority mail sent to your door. And I also include a PDF tutorial with that as well. So it's a great way to get, stock up on cards, get your little crafting mojo going, and it's just really fun, and it's especially fun during the holidays. So I'm doing a couple other events, a Christmas Stamp-A-Stack. I'm featuring a lot of Christmas Christmas bundles over the next couple weeks, so you won't want to miss my weekly card class kits to go. But anyways, okay, so welcome. Did I say if you make a $45 purchase in my online store, you get the kit for free? So there's a link down below with all the information, and you can go check it out when you have time. But anyways, I was going to say something else, and now it's like went poof right out of my head. Oh, I can't remember. Okay. Oh, now I remember. Oh, man. If you guys are watching me on my YouTube channel and have not yet subscribed, make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell icon so you'll get notifications of when I go live or when I post new videos. And same thing goes for my Facebook page. If you're watching me on Facebook and you aren't following me, make sure you give me a follow. And as always, I appreciate all the thumbs up and the likes. Leave me a comment. I always love to go back and look at the comments and let me know where you guys are watching from. So let's get started. This card, again, is really easy. I'm going to share with you all 3 cards that we're making this week. But today's card's pretty easy, and Monday's card was pretty easy. So I like to kind of start out easy, get a little bit more progressed when I go through the week. So let's get started. Let me pop you down to my desktop, or my craft table, I should say. Okay, so I have a few PSAs, public service announcements. Let's get to those. All right, so I mentioned my Christmas Stamp-A-Stack. You're going to get a supply to make 20 cards. So that's 4 of each of these 5 designs. So you'll get the full pack of designer series paper, a full pack of embellishments, a full ribbon spool, and all the supplies you will need to make these. Now, I've went ahead and used some different die cuts. I'll be die cutting that. I'll also be embossing certain folders that aren't included in the bundle. So you'll be ready to get all of your, well, maybe not all. I send out about 80 Christmas cards. That's a lot. But this will get you started, and I guarantee you're going to be stress-free because you'll have a beautiful set of Christmas cards to send out. There is a link down below if you want to get more information. It is $69.50, but again, you get everything to make all of these cards, and I pre-score, pre-die cut all of the card bases and any of the layering that isn't the designer series paper. So you have until September 27th to register and check it out. You'll be happy. You'll be happy. I really wish when I was crafting, because I've been crafting for quite a long time, that they had, there was something like this when I was doing it, because back in the early 90s, there wasn't really a Christmas Stamp-A-Stack. Okay, so the other PSA is my October Craft and Create Club. Now, I'm using the Gathering Moments bundle for this. This is a subscription-based club, and it recurs every month. and I pick out a different bundle to feature, but you get the supplies to make 8 cards, so that's 2 of each design. Now, my September class or club, they're getting the spooky Halloween bundle. So they've got they're getting their supplies in the next couple days to start their Halloween crafting. So I really liked the gathering moments. I love the bundle, and it was super fun to craft with. Again, you're going to get a full pack of designer series. I think it's a full pack. I have to go back and look. But anyways, you get designer series paper, embellishments, and ribbons to complete the projects. Okay, now many of you have probably heard we have Stampin' Up just introduced this. I think Monday or Tuesday was the day they released it. But it's the 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. Now this is a little bit different. I don't have the open. This piece opens up, and it's, you know how Advent calendars are. You open one up every day. So in this, they are including stamp sets, supplies, things to create cards with, and you can either save it and open it up one each day, the 12 days, or you can open it up all at once. But this is while supplies last. It is limited, but the stamps that they do include and the sentiments you can use all year round. So it's not just focused on Christmas. And that is in my online store. So there's a link down below to my online store. If you are interested, check it out. I have a feeling these are going to go pretty quickly. Okay. Now, starting in October, this is my favorite one. I have not yet seen an offer like this. So if you are interested in joining Stampin' Up as a demonstrator, October is going to be the best time to join. Now, this first one, you get $189 worth of product for $99. That is a steal. And this one, you get $125 for $35. Yet again, another steal. Because our normal offer, good morning, Joan from Washington. Hope you are doing well. Our normal offer is $125 worth, and you pay $99. So either one, if you're interested in joining, reach out to me. This starts October 1st. It's a spectacular deal, and I'm going to post some more information on my blog about it. But if don't think that you have to sell. You do not have to sell. You don't have to go do lives like me. You don't have to have a blog. You don't have to, have a Facebook page and do all that stuff. You can simply be a hobby demo. I've got lots of hobby demos. They love it. And there's just a lot of advantages to being a demonstrator, and 2 in particular that I love. We get to pre-order new product before it's released to the public, and the events that Stampin' Up holds. So, for example, On Stage. It's my favorite event. I love it. I love getting together with other fellow stampers, and it just really is, it's just a bright spot in my heart for crafting and getting to know all these wonderful women. All right, enough of my PSAs. Joan, what's the weather like there in Washington? It's 67 here in upstate New York. We're supposed to get up to 75, I think, today. So it starts out cool, and then we get a little warmer, and by the afternoon, it'll hit 75 for us. Anywho, all right, I'm going to jump in. This is my light here. Oh, well. This is the bundle I'm featuring this week. Label Me Grateful. And it's what it says, grateful. There's lots of sentiments. This die cut fits all of these sentiments perfectly. You've got a lot of leaves, twigs, flowers. So I really do love this kit. This was, I can't believe I'm just stamping with it now, a July 2025 online exclusive. So finally I got around to getting it. It's going to be 75 and sunny where you are, Joan, in Washington. That's great. We're going to have the same weather. Well, maybe not exactly the same, but pretty much. Okay, so here's the cards. We made this one on Monday. A little kindness makes a big difference. You're the best. And I used the Everyday Happiness Designer Series paper for this. As I said, it was really simple and easy. It's a perfect card for beginners. You just do a little bit of die cutting. So that was our card on Monday. Hold on, I have to fix something. Okay, there. Okay, this is the one we're going to make today. Again, really easy. I cased this from Dawn, and I know I'm going to mess up her last name, Borghetti. She is from Dawn's Creative Chalet. So thank you, Dawn, for your inspiration. But this is with the Splendid Autumn Designer Series paper. So I really loved it. Again, it's a very simple card, and it goes so well with this Designer Series paper. So that's what we're going to do today. Let me put this one aside. Put this one over here. Now, this one, okay, I saw it on Pinterest. I don't know who designed it. There was no watermark. I can't give them credit. I don't know. But I loved that it looked like a basket of flowers. So doesn't that look like a cool little fall basket? This one was a little bit more intricate to make. And if you don't like die cutting, you probably aren't going to like this. But honestly, once you get going with your die cutting, it's super easy. And I think it makes a fabulous card. So I used I think this was the textured notes, I'm going to say, paper. Maybe not. I think it was. Anyways, and then I'm so grateful for that heart of yours. So I really thought that was a cute card. We'll make this one Friday at 11. Okay, that's a lot of talking for me this morning. All right, let's get started. Again, like I said, it's going to be super easy. Now I used, let me show you the dies I used, because you want to know. So I used this die, and obviously I used this die for the label. Used this one for the leaves, and I used this one for the little mossy meadow leaves behind it. So those were the 3 dies that I used. The one we're going to make Friday, I used almost all of the dies. So that was a lot of die cutting. But it was fun. Okay, so let's get started. So this paper is balmy blue. You're going to get an inside strip or an inside panel with a little bit of the Designer Series paper already cut. You're going to get Cajun Craze and the Splendid Autumn Designer Series paper. Now, I will tell you, sometimes if I run low on this particular, and I'm talking this particular one, you'll get maybe a different pattern of the same DSP in different colors, but you'll still be making the same card. Okay, so that's that. Here's the little die cut label, and here's our little die cut leaves. So we'll just put those aside for right now. So let's go ahead and burnish this. Again, this is balmy blue, right? I gotta make sure. Yeah, balmy blue. So I just want to make sure I burnish that score line real good. Okay. Do I got it the right way? Yep. And again, I like easy cards. Easy cards that look like you put so much work into them. But that's what Designer Series paper, I love it when the Designer Series paper really kind of does all the work for you. So I'm just going to glue this, adhere this to the Cajun Craze. And you'll get all these measurements with your PDF. And I'm usually not a big fan of doing an 1/8 of an inch trim which I've done here, but oh. Hold on. I really got to get my glasses on. I might have trimmed this just a little too tight. Let's see. Yeah. And I don't think I can move it up anymore on the top, so we're going to go with that. It's going to be a little short on the bottom, but that's okay. So next I'm going to adhere this. I'm still trying to move it. I could get out my, so when you guys run into a problem like this, see, it's too short on the bottom and it's too far. Well, you can't really tell. But if you get into a problem like this, what you can do is take your heat embosser, your heat tool, and just heat the back of it, and that'll loosen up that glue and you can reposition it. But I'm not going to do that. Because you know what they say, you don't have to be perfect. I mean, stamping is an art. It is not perfection. Or card making, I should say. Maybe I should just say crafting. No, I'd rather make cards. I do a little bit of other crafting. Okay, so there's that. We're just going to adhere it to the panel here. I should go back to my 1/4 inches. Sometimes it's a little easier. Isn't that paper pretty? I love it. And it's just kind of fallish. These actually look like pumpkins to me, but they're not. All right, let's do our stamping. We're going to do stamping on this. Actually, let's put this piece on here first. Make sure I got it right. Now, let's see. I got something on here. Let's see if I can get it off. See this little mark? I hope it's not a permanent mark. Nope, it came right off. Okay. So I have lots of cutting to do, lots of prepping for the spooky Halloween club members today. And I'm including a little treat for them since it's almost Halloween. Well, not quite yet. So I'm just going to put that right there. There we go. And now we're going to stamp on there. Let's stamp. I think I stamped thank you on the inside. Hi, Debbie. Oh, what did I use to make the blue piece with the sentiment on it? Oh, this is part of the, I'll show you again. Especially, hi, Claudia from Germany. I'm using the Label Me Grateful, and this is the die that comes with it, so you can use it like that, use it like that, use it like this. So it goes with all of these sentiments. And this was part of the online exclusives. For the bundle, it was $39.50. But I like it because these sentiments are big. You know, you don't get any of those smaller little sentiments. So that's what I'm crafting with this week. So I'm going to use Secret C. Now, I do believe Splendid Autumn, one of the coordinating colors was the one that I didn't like, Wild Wheat. So, and I think there was another one, Boho Blue. So, but it does coordinate with Balmy Blue. So I used the Balmy Blue, and I was going to use Night of Navy for this, but I think that, oh, I pulled out Night of Navy. Silly me. Hold on, I got to get the other one. Secret C. Now this is one of our new in colors. But see, I don't know. I thought the Secret C went better. So I chose that one. You could have done it with Night of Navy if you didn't get the new in colors. So I'm just going to stamp this. And by the way, don't forget, they're getting rid of our cling stamps, so they're phasing them out, which I'm actually glad about because I like the photopolymer stamps better because I can actually see. Okay, so this is thank you. I'm just going to stamp that right in the middle there. There we go. Let me stamp that, or stamp, let me clean that. Okay, we'll put that away. And now we're going to put up here, and then we'll stamp this front sentiment. You're so appreciated. Appreciated. Let's get that right. And with these stamps, even the photopolymer stamps, you don't want to squish your stamp set your stamp pad in real bad. So you just want to make sure you ink that up. And then hopefully I've got this straight on here. Let's check it out. There we go. Perfect. I think I need to change my plates on my cut and emboss machine. Okay, so clean that up. We'll close up our little ink thing here so we don't make a mess. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just start to try and arrange these. So I put 2 down here. Did I put 2? Yeah. No, I put 1. I only put this one and the yellow one. Just like that. So you could attach these with a little glue dot. Why don't we do that? Let me show you how to do that. Because I know there's some people that don't like the glue. So glue dots work as well too. So let me just I'm going to grab this one and I'm just going to go right in here so you can see. And then I'll lift that up. And I've got the little glue dot there. And then I will just kind of arrange it like that. You could use 2 if you wanted to, but I think 1 is enough. So now I am going to use glue though to adhere this. Now I use glue a lot, so it's kind of easy for me. I say that and watch me mess up, right? You just want to put a little dot. I get a little shaky all of a sudden. Here, I'll do it down here. And right over here. Okay, so that's really all you need. And I'm just going to pop it. Actually, I want to pop it down just a little bit more because I'm going to tie a ribbon. There we go. Now for this, I'm going to stick it up on this side. But wants to go under. But this is a little long, so I'm going to trim that off a little bit. Oops, there goes my light. Okay. Don't trim it all the way down to here because you want to have some leeway. So I'm just going to trim that a little. Again, I'm just going to use a little bit of glue to get that under there. No, I want it down more. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same for up here, but here's how I'm doing this. I could try to line these up. That's too hard. So I'm going to do the same thing. I have my leaf flipping up over there. Just going to give it a little trim. And I want that to be visible. So then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here. Surprised I don't have my mat out, my silicone mat. So I don't like getting glue all over everything. And this way I'll just kind of pull that leaf out a little bit. See how I did that? Now that's sticking good. And then again, I'm going to trim this up here just a little bit because it's just a little too long for my fancy. Oops, get those out of the way. They're sticking to me because I have glue on my fingers. Now it's a little harder to do with this one because the leaf is curved a little bit, but we're going to do it. You can also use the what is it? The thin glue. Oh, I forget. The one with the little needle. And then I'm just going to use the glue on the back of this one. See if I got that down enough. Let me see. Nope. I need that up more. I guess that worked. Actually, I want it down. No. I don't want it to cover the sentiment. There we go. Okay. So I got that on. Now we're going to tie. I want to put a little bow there. I did feel like something was missing on the top of this. Like I felt like, should I tie another bow? But that would be too many bows. So I'm using linen thread. I'm just going to tie a double bow. The other thing you could do with this is just put this on this side and then up here do some of your bling if you wanted to. So we'll tie a double bow with the linen thread. Oh, I cut off way too much linen thread. And then we'll pull these tails down. I don't want the bow to be too big because I don't want it to be in the way of the sentiment. And that's good. I'll cut these off, a little bit of these. Is that pretty good? Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Maybe a tad bit from this one. Okay. And I'll get a glue dot. Oh, way up here. And we'll just put that right there. Oops, I missed. Put it in the middle. There we go. Okay, now we're going to pop this up with dimensionals. So yes, I have a bunch of Christmas bundles that I'm going to be playing with the next couple weeks really. And tomorrow is our Halloween blog hop with our Stamp It group. So you got to make sure you check out my blog for that at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Because if you comment on the blog, you're entered to win a gift. And I'm not sure what Tammy's giving away this week. I haven't looked at it. Or this month, I should say. So we're just going to pop this right up here on my dimensionals. And then we're going to add some of these. These are before we put the inside in, these are the Cajun Craze and gold dots. So let's add a few of those. You like the small leaves, Claudia? Thank you so much. I do too. I'm just going to add a couple small ones here. I love these Cajun Craze dots though. I think they're so pretty. I'm going to add a larger one up here. There's that. You know, and I think these are especially good. You know, we've got Thanksgiving coming up, or, you know, just the regular holidays, and there's lots of people out there. My phone, I have this thing on Do Not Disturb, and my phone is ringing. Anyways, um, you know, they host parties, or so these are really great little cards you can send off to someone that maybe dropped something off at your door for a holiday gift or a baked good. So it's always nice to have enough of these in your stash. And I love that they're fall, you know, so it's fall related, it's the holidays. So now we're just going to stamp this, or glue this to the inside. And there's our card. Isn't that pretty? I love this paper. It's one of my faves. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you like this card. And don't forget, stop and visit me on Friday. We're going to make that basket of fall flowers, and I think you'll really get a kick out of that one. So have a great rest of the week. I will be talking to you guys later. Bye.